Hey everyone, this is Matt with Walking the Financial Highline with Highline Financial Coaching. Today, the video I'm doing is I actually saw an Instagram reel the other day that really made me laugh because I'm going to have to find it and repost it. But this guy was hilarious when he was talking about sports. This one was specifically about traveling baseball teams. And you can see I'm a parent of 4 kids, and there's a lot of sports out there, especially competitive league, traveling teams. And over the last 7.5 years, I have coached a lot of people with their finances so that they could afford these type of sports for their kids. But going back to this Instagram reel, this guy did a parody of how expensive and how crazy some of these sporting leagues can be. And it was hilarious because any of us or any of you, as well as my different leagues, understand the expenses that are involved with it. And sometimes it's extremely difficult for families to be able to afford these leagues and make it so that it doesn't hurt them financially. So today we're going to talk about how to get your finances in order so that you can afford these different leagues if that's what you choose to do with your kids. So this video is specifically about how to afford them and not if they're beneficial financially for you and your family, but this one's how to be able to get in and afford these leagues. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is when you put your kids into these leagues, understand if they're on a traveling team, understand the costs of the traveling competitive sports. So first, we're going to break down the costs. You're going to have a lot of equipment and gear. That's for any team, whether it's traveling or not. And again, if you're in baseball, basketball, dance, lacrosse, any of these sports, the gear can be extremely expensive. I'm a big cyclist. That's why I have my bike in the background, and the equipment is very expensive. So you need to know where you're at and make sure that you don't have to invest in the best of the best if it's your first year doing those sports. If you're testing the waters out, when I started cycling, I bought a used bike. Bought it dirt cheap from a friend of mine, and I rode that for 3 years. I actually did 2 of my races with it, and this was the first year I upgraded my bike because I wanted to make sure I liked it before I invested that much money into something. So also, travel and accommodations are extremely expensive. So if you've got a team where you're going out of town every single weekend, put together a list of numbers of how much the hotel is. I know a lot of, around here we have a lot of baseball teams that come in and they'll bring the big RVs and they make it a trip and a family outing when they come, and they put all the RVs together, and it's glamping when you go to your baseball tournaments. So, but that is an expense. Those RVs and fifth wheels can be extremely expensive. So put that into your cost if you don't already have it. Also, you've got tournament entry fees. Every single tournament costs a fee. And so not only do you have the regular team fees, but you have the tournament fees as well. Also coaching and training. And once you get on these teams, they may require you to do some personal coaching with a professional to help your kid get up to the level that the team is. And then additional costs like uniform and nutrition. And I know for me on cycling, there's a lot of nutrition when we go on our bike rides. That was one of the hardest things for me with cycling on the long distance bike rides. That took a lot to get trained and figure out. It costs hundreds of dollars every year to buy the gels and make sure I've got all the calories and carbs that are needed on those rides. So yeah, these expenses can add up quickly. And again, add all of these up and tack on another 15 to 20% because that's probably what it's going to be. So a lot of these things can put a financial strain on a family. So, when you're thinking about getting into these, many parents worry about how to balance abilities like your mortgage, your utilities, savings for the future. That's where Highline Financial Coaching steps in. This is where we help get families to that position so it doesn't put such a strain on you, because it is. I sat down with one family about 5 years ago, and we had to budget over $30,000 a year for travel costs for a soccer team. And it blew me away when we sat down and did these numbers. It was incredible how much money that costs just for these traveling teams. So that's where we help people get into the position where they have that money, they're ready for it. It doesn't put that strain on the relationships and the family to be able to do that. So this is how Highline Financial Coaching can help. We customize your budgeting throughout the year, and we make sure that you're budgeted for these camps. We put those into your projections. So when we look throughout the rest of the year, we know where that's going to go. We do expense tracking so that we know where to cut back. If there's a big trip coming up and your kid wants to go to New York to play baseball, then that's where we budget that so that you don't have to get on social media and beg everyone to pay for those trips, where you can just cover them. Your kids go, have a great time, grow and develop in their sport, and then come home. So maximizing income, we're going to figure out how it may take another extra job to be able to cover these. And that's where you've got to decide, is this beneficial enough to be able to put in the extra time and effort and make it possible for my kids to do this. An additional income can be a side gig. It can be working overtime at work. That's where we're going to look at and see what's most beneficial for you guys. So smart saving strategies, we will teach you how to effectively save and do it in a way where it's not dragging down all of your other expenditures during the month. So also, we're going to give you financial education for the next year that's going to be able to help you budget, pay down debt, invest in your future. And just imagine if you had an investment that was covering all of your kids' sporting events. It's incredible when you've got an investment, whether that's real estate, whether that's some of your paper assets, the things you're invested in. If you've got something else that's covering them, that's even better, and we'll help you get into that position to be able to do that. So that education and support is incredible for getting people there. So I have a friend that years ago, she was extremely disappointed because she couldn't put her kids in these sports or these activities that she wanted to. She wanted to get them there, but finances were the biggest issue. And then she took that next step. She got a coach. She was able to work on her finances, and over the next 6 months to a year, she got into a position where her kids could be in these leagues for soccer and for baseball. And that was her main reason for getting on top of her finances. And now she's extremely grateful for that step she made to be able to get to that next level. So if you're ready to quit stressing about it, stressing about the finances, and be able to make it so that every year you can make these payments without having it affect the rest of your finances, give us a call, contact us, and we'll do a free consultation of your finances and see where you can be and see how long it's going to take to get there. Most people can do it within a couple months to a year, depending where you're at. Also, if you're looking to get into a different area, move so that your kids can be in a different school system to play the sports that they love. This is a way we can help you get into that next house as well and be able to afford it and take advantage of those opportunities that are ahead of you. So I'm excited to hear how things go for you as you get your kids into these different areas. Again, these can be ridiculous costs. It's unbelievable when you go and start buying equipment for your kids. A baseball bat can be $600. Golf clubs. When I was a kid, I thought $1,000 would buy the best set of golf clubs you could ever have. And now that's a joke. You can get a driver for $700. So again, a lot of these things can be expensive and can put a deep strain on your family. And we want to help you get into that position where it doesn't put that strain. So this is Matt with Highline Financial Coaching and walking the financial Highline. Have a great weekend, everybody.